Hello everyone, this is the Pennsylvania and Florida Eastern back again with another review. And today I have a special locomotive to review today, and this is technically not my locomotive. This is a club project that I pretty much initiated on and told my club president, hey, I found Pere Marquette 1225 online in pretty good condition, and I'll be honest with you, this thing is in very good condition. It just needs a nice soft toothbrush to dust all the dust off of it, and probably I don't know how if it needs lubrication or anything with the gearbox or anything like that. But I did some test runs before this video, and I have to say it runs pretty well. It is DCC equipped. Here's the box on. It's got DCC on board now. For those who probably already know, or those who do not know, I'll explain that the DCC board on here is kind of crap, or let's just be honest, it is crap. If here's my controller, right? As an example, this is for the first time people are going to see what my controller does. So this is how you know when I talk about notches and whatnot. I do notch 1 to full. So it takes until like notch 1 to really get this locomotive going. That just goes to show you like how bad the DCC port is on this locomotive. I do have a TCS WOW 101 kit coming this way with the Keep Alive, and of course, because it can all fit in this tender. And I still have the speaker from my Bachmann TCS, the Box 7 TCS WOW kit for the Bachmann K4 that I put in 1361, which I will do a review on at some point with the WOW. I kept the original speaker because I had the DCC and sound version one. I just didn't come with a box, and it had the old Tsunami 1 decoder pretty much in there. So yeah, that'll be a fun one to talk about. So yeah, I went on this project with my club. I told them, hey, I found this on eBay for like $81. Like legit, this was $81. Which I'm surprised because this is a really nice locomotive. The details on this I think, are great. In terms of Bachmann, for like I guess Bachmann's upper end like steam engines. I mean, I'm not sure if this used to be a Spectrum model and it just became the blue box Bachmann and red box DCC and sound stuff, but it's a pretty high quality locomotive in my opinion. I mean, in comparison with the K4's details, it's pretty much really similar in the amount of detail you get compared to maybe like a Broadway Limited K4 or like a brass model, probably from like Overland or something like that. I don't know if Overland makes 1225, but they probably do. But if you look at the higher end brass Pure Marquettes, they're pretty nice. I think MTH makes them too. I'm not 100% sure. I just wanted to find one that was good, reliable, and not too expensive. Because again, this is a club project, and my club doesn't want to spend too much on a steam engine. So I think overall, when you get if you get one of these Berks, these Lima Berks for like $80 for DCC equipped, and it's in great condition like this, you're getting a pretty great deal actually. And if you get TCS WOW for it, the WOW 101 kit, and you get a 9-pin to 8-pin JST adapter, then you're pretty much set. It's a $200 build, and you get pretty much like when I got my 2665 Bachmann K4, the new one, the streamlined one. I got that for $200, and the locomotive is pretty much like worth $100, and the decoder is like $100. But the Bachmann K4s are known to be pretty reliable in that they don't have cracked gears, and their motors are pretty strong. So Yeah, I mean, I did test. I do have my 12 car passenger train still in the layout, and this locomotive did not struggle, even when the power finally kicks in because of that crappy decoder. It will pull. This thing will pull, and it's really quiet. When you don't hear the motor because this decoder causes the motor to make a buzzing sound. It's not loud. It's just you'll hear it. I don't know if you'll hear it in the video, but yeah. Anyways, we'll go into the next section and we'll look at the details on the locomotive. So we're going to start with the details. I tried to unplug the tethers, but I guess plugging them is easier than pulling them out, and I don't have the right tools on me at this second to really pull it out. So that's okay. I don't mind holding it like this or anything like that, but we'll get a good look at this. I mean, it's not the most detailed thing in the world. As you can see, it's got this bar right there. I don't think that's accurate, and look at that. There's like nothing under there. But you're not going to really look under there that much anyway, so it's whatever. I mean, the details are minimal. There's a lot of molded on, especially in the firebox. The firebox is nicely well painted. The drive gear, I really like how Bachmann achieved like this gap in the locomotive. I mean, I'm pretty sure you won't see that box right there on the third drive wheel set on the third axle, but you know it's nice. It adds more like realism to the model, pretty much. And there's more piping details. That's I think is that molded? No, I think that's separately applied. I was looking at where the sand dome is. That's separately applied, and that's pretty neat. It looks like it's molded part of it, but no, it's a separate piece. Sand dome's also a separate piece. Got some valve gear here, some water heaters. I don't know if there's two of them. I know one of them is the water heater. I think it's the left one, the big one right here. Got the cylinders. Got the air pumps under the pilot staircase. The grab irons look pretty good. I'll look to the front. Let me just turn it around. Here's the front of the locomotive. Now when I got this, the front comes off, but that's okay. It's easy maintenance to go in there and change the LEDs if you want to. The LED's bright, but it's not too bright. I think it's just fine, especially if you're running during the day. You got painted marker lights, which you don't really need lighted marker lights. I think lighted marker lights are pretty cool myself, but I mean, even if they're painted, they still look good. It looks like that they're not on, but it lets you know that they're there. There's that famous, if you ever watch the Polar Express movie, they all pretty much hooked themselves to that bar right there, and they stood behind that handlebar right there that I'm centering right now. But yeah, that's the main reason why I got this locomotive for the club, because 1225 is the star of the Polar Express, which the movie and the book is really based off of. Here's a whistle, which is plastic, and some pop-off valves, which are painted to look like they're brass. There's I don't know what this is, but I know behind that is a dynamo. Doesn't have a lot of detail on it. No smoke generator, smokestack. Got number boards. The brass, this bell right here, it's plastic, but it swings. You can swing it. It's kind of cool. Plastic truck. I like how all the white wall on the wheels are on every single wheel, including the trucks of the front pilot truck and the trailing supportive truck under the firebox, and even the tender, which we'll look at now. The tender's pretty minimal, but I think the real one was pretty minimal in itself. Got 3-axle trucks. Oh, I forgot to look at the back head, but come on, let's focus. There we go. Nothing. Well, if you saw that focus for like a microsecond, there we go. Not that much detail. Looks like there's some hatches that would be for tools and whatnot. And then here's the back of the locomotive inside the cab. There's no chairs, which I hopefully I'll convince the club to say, hey, why don't we get some chairs in there and like put some crew figures in there, so it's not a ghost train, because this is a Christmas train, not a Halloween train. We could probably use the nickel plate trains for that. Here's the bottom. It's got some nice pickups on these wheels. So it's only the outer axles of each truck that are pickups, not the inner axles. Which at least it's got more area, like this distance between the two pickups. But it would be nice to have like more pickup. Why is it not focusing? This is my pain. It's trying to focus on something else in the background. Let me see if I can block it. Nope. Well, that's annoying. There we go. Got some, I don't know what that detail is right there. It looks like air brake cylinders. Yeah, I think those are air brake cylinders. It's got DCC on board, and it also has the holes for the speaker to go to, which I will install a speaker once I get to that point of getting the kit to finally arrive, so I can use that speaker that I got with my Box 7 kit. And I'll put it in there, and then I'll solder the rest. It's really not that much I'll have to do, hopefully. There's more detail. It's not too much. Again, this is Bachmann, but for the price you get this for, this is a pretty nice locomotive. Yeah, it's not 100% accurate, but to be honest, if you're not a rivet counter and you just want 1225 or any of the famous Berks, because Bachmann, I believe, makes all the Berks that are famous or that still run or exist, you can get them, and they're really good runners. This isn't old Bachmann. So when I get that TCS WOW, and hopefully this train, when it runs at the fair, or this locomotive runs at the fair, that this will probably be used for, does not burn up in like the first year. So there's the rear headlight, which actually feels, I think personally, lights up brighter than the headlight. Coupler cut bar. And it's got Bachmann Easy Mates, our favorite, and it's going to be replaced with KDs, as the saying goes. If you want better couplers, you just go KD, right? But yeah, that's pretty much the detail on the locomotive. Next, we'll open the tender, and we'll see what we're dealing with inside. And here we are with the decoder exposed. Now, it's not that really hard to open this thing, actually. Pretty simple, not really hard. As you can see, it has metal plates. It has weight back there, which is interesting. It's not really rusting, which is good. It's got a simple Bachmann decoder in there, as you can see. And there's the 8-pin plug right here that will be removed. And I will put a 8 to 9-pin adapter from Soundtracks, which hopefully mates with the TCS WOW decoder. I'll be upset if it doesn't. It should. It's a JST plug. They should all be compatible, which I believe they will. And we'll have a Keep Alive, and I will have a speaker installed under here. I'll just have to unscrew this out of the way and that out of the way. And I can't really completely take it off because, well, there's wires and whatnot, which it's okay. I'll probably solder the wires for the speaker to the wires to the speaker from the TCS WOW, and then that'll be out of the way, and then it should be an easy install in there once I get the TCS WOW board in here. I don't think it really matters which DCC ready board is inside of here, is what I think, but we'll see what happens after it gets the install, and I'll do a follow-up video on this one to see what happens. So it's not really much going on in here. You got your lights going to the tender, and the rest control the motor and other lights as well. And the pickups, there's also pickup wires as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, not advanced. And I'm pretty sure this install will be super easy. And I'm pretty sure that the end result will be worthwhile and will be loved by the club, hopefully. I can't wait to put the Nathan 5-chime whistle as the whistle for the locomotive, and definitely put heavy steam as a sound for the chuff and whatnot. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun project. I hope the club likes it. So in total, this job would be $200. So right now it's coming out of my pocket. We're really, if anybody buys anything for the club, it's for the club, and I really wanted to get something for the club that'd be fun and interesting, and something different, because there's always diesels there. I mean, not that there's a problem with diesels. It's just that realistically, diesels are the easier ones to maintain in model form, just like how easy they were in real life. I mean, you needed a team of probably 10 people or more to work on a steam engine. On a diesel, you only need 6, is what my club president told me. You might be like, well, is he wrong? No, he knows his shit. It's like around 6 people that really work on those diesel locomotives. Today, I don't know how many people work on the diesel locomotives, maybe even less than that now. Who knows? But that's what models are. All right, so I'll put the shell back on, and we'll give her a test run. It's actually pretty impressive, in my opinion, for a crappy DCC ready plug. But you know what? Sometimes it's also your controller as well that makes it a part of it. Some people are like, will disagree, and I'm like, well, if anybody who ever watches Sam's Trains, you'll probably see the Berk on his layout, and you could tell like something's different. I think there's something different, but I think it goes hand in hand with what kind of like controller you have, and the decoder you have too on the locomotives. And yeah. Anywho, see you in the next section where we run the locomotive. All right, now that we're on the track, we are ready to do some operations with this locomotive. I have power on already. I'll have to throw into reverse to couple her up with the passenger cars. You might hear the humming. I don't know if you'll hear it in the video, but it's humming. Well, almost halfway to notch 1, it moved a bit. I think I might have hit a dead spot. There we go. But it has very slow speed control. So maybe when I get that keep alive, it's going to be different. But also with the TCS WOW decoder, it's going to be pretty good. And I have a feeling it's going to be a great locomotive. Alright, so headlight is on, but when it comes back around, you'll probably see it. So we're going to have her go out of frame. Slow speed is pretty nice. It's just that it makes noise and it takes past notch 1 to really start moving. So I'm really impressed with the drive quality on this locomotive, and also the motor. And it pulls like a 12-car MTH heavyweight train really well. Just like my Bachmann K4 can handle it. I also forgot to mention, if you saw it next to the T1 that I have in the background, number 5520, The Burke is not a small locomotive by any means, but it is, including the tender, is pretty small next to a Pennsylvania Railroad T1. And then you had the Baldwin centipedes in the back. She comes around, you pretty much saw the headlight as she was coming around. The headlight's bright, but it's not too bright, which is fine. This is pretty much how fast 1225 goes, as much as in real life. I mean, I could go between notch 2 and 3, and I'll probably be more accurate. But she's a really solid runner. And you don't even hear that buzzing sound anymore once it's moving. You'll probably barely hear it, but it's a really quiet runner. I don't hear any gear grinding or anything like that, or nothing. It's so quiet. It's a shame that Pennsylvania didn't have any Berks. It's a shame that Bachmann hasn't made an M1. I'd probably go for an M1 by Bachmann if it was done by this level of quality. And hell yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Probably be cheaper too, but nowadays Bachmann's like, I want $500 MSRP, and you know, realistically, it's gonna be like $300 at those retail stores like Train World and all that. But yeah, it's Bachmann. What are you gonna do? I'm suddenly a top tier producer of locomotives. No, you're not. Your detail's not even close to like Broadway Limited. And Broadway Limited's K4 went around for $300, so I don't want to hear it. If you saw Trainman 440's video, it's you'll hear him rant about that, where he talks about why he doesn't want Bachmann K4s, the new ones that are coming out. I like them, but I'd only buy them if they were like $200, like this Streamline K4 right here. I got it for $200. It only took maybe 2 years for the price to come down. But I like more Bachmann K4 post-war ones. Yeah, they're not the most detailed, but they're cheaper. Yet they're still reliable. As soon as the last passenger car comes around, we'll switch to track view, like I do with my running session videos. I really like this locomotive, but it's not mine. You might be thinking, oh, are you going to want to keep it now? No. It's not Pennsylvania. Well, you have a New York Central. Yeah, I know, but yeah, this is a passion project that I pretty much want to prove to the club that, you know, Bachmann's not all shit. Anyways, we'll go to the trackside view now. I know I said I'll wait till the last passenger car go by, but we'll cut to it now. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll give you my final thoughts afterwards. Well, this locomotive seems to be a pretty solid runner. I mean, it has a lot of potential. And I cannot stress how much I really want to get that TCS WoW 100 kit right now. I really want to see what this locomotive can do. Um, I'm pretty sure if anybody who has experience with Bachmann 1225s before, they'd probably say, yeah, once you get that TCS WoW, it'll be a showstopper. And I'm pretty sure when a lot of people see this locomotive, during the fair, they're not going to know it's pure Marquette. They're going to see that 1225, be like, oh, look, it's that Polar Express engine. It's that Polar Express engine, you know? And who knows, maybe I might bring my heavyweight cars there to make it look like it's a Polar Express. But yeah, this club project is probably going to be my favorite club projects that I've ever done. I mean, the only club project I really done before is I did some painting for about a couple years ago, back in 2019. The layout was not even complete, so they had to use. I was painting the bottom of the board of the plywood board. That would be the pretty much the bench work for the locomotive, for the layout, not locomotive layout, and it was painted black, and I used a brush. The painting was pretty good. I mean, everyone's like, "Wow, this paint looks pretty good." You couldn't even see if somebody painted it on it. It looks like it was professionally done. So I was pretty proud of that. And on the other side, you painted it brown because it would be covered with like greenery and whatnot. So that was pretty much my real first project at the club layout. And as a personal project, working on locomotives, I think is going to be my favorite thing to do because I get to actually work on them, and it helps me learn, what to do with my locomotives, because my locomotives, they're all all my locomotives except maybe some stuff I had as a kid, as you see in the background, the White Pass Light Mikado and the Southern Bachmann. I think it looks like a GP7. I think it's a GP7. Those I had them when I was a kid, and as you could probably tell from the Southern one, it's missing stuff. Even from here, you can probably tell. All my Pennsylvania stuff is pretty much ready to go kind of stuff. It's like ready to get action out there. It's already got the details. It's already got the sound. It's already got the DCC and wiring and whatnot. So my real first project to just work on a locomotive to install something better is pretty much my K4, and it's not my best work, which I'll probably show in the future review with the K4 TCS WoW upgrade review video, and you'll see. I'm gonna have somebody help me maybe fix those soldering points I have on there, so I'll save that for later. And this is my next project, and it's an easier project. It's really changing out the plugs and soldering 2 points on a speaker, and that's it. And maybe taking out the weights and putting them back. And it's super simple, this thing. But it's a great project. It's going to be cleaned up too. I'm going to probably get some brushes this weekend. Some soft toothbrush, or whatever the softest version I can get to get that dust out and make it look like it's very brand new and whatnot. And it'll be ready for club next week, because this week that's now ending, we were closed. We're closed for because the fairgrounds are doing like some sort of event going on, so they're not really letting people in. I guess even after hours, which is strange, but it's probably because of Halloween's coming up soon. It's next weekend, so it's on the weekend, so I can still go to club. But yeah, Bachmann's Pere Marquette 1225 is, I believe, a really great model. It's a good bang for your buck if you can get it even close to what I got it for, $81. I mean, you could probably get it less if you can. In this good condition, too. If you can, go for it. I mean, this is a really nice model. All you have to do is, I would get the DCC and just get the TCS WoW, and with the 9-pin to 8-pin JST adapter. That's all you need. This is a TCS WOW 101, and with the Keep Alive, which is about $93 to $100. Yeah, no, it's expensive, but it's worth it. If anybody tells you about TCS WOW for Steam, it's great. If you want to use Tsunami 2, it's all right. If you've seen my 2882 Proto 2000 Heritage Locomotive, it's all right. I feel like the sound too staticky. It might be the speakers. I don't know. It has a Tsunami 2. I like it. There's so much sounds going on in that one, but it's all about preference. Me, I really like TCS WOW. I'm becoming more of a fan of TCS WOW if it comes to DCC installs for locomotives. For diesels, or electric locomotives, if I want to upgrade stuff, which I'll probably do for my FA2 that you'll see, that you've probably seen in my running videos, that's usually hooked up behind my T1 for some reason. My FA2 Bachmanns, I'll probably upgrade to ESU, and that will be a fun project in the future because I'll probably be replacing the ready boards as well. Now I got the B units for like cheap. I'm serious, I got them for cheap. It's not even funny. An A unit I got for $85. I forgot how much I got the B units for. I really did. But they were cheap. That's all I can remember is that they were cheap. They were just DCC ready or something like that. So, yeah. Again, it's a fun project locomotive to work on. I'm pretty sure as proof I've seen in this video, it's a really solid, smooth runner. It just needs a better decoder. That's it. It just needs a better decoder, and it should be fine. I strongly believe that it has a 5-pole motor in here or something, because it's just. I mean, 3 poles you can probably get to be smooth, but when this thing starts at a slow crawl, and I'm pretty sure once I get that TCS WOW in there, it's gonna have a really nice crawl. It's gonna have a really nice crawl, and I'm excited to see what happens if once I get that installed. It's gonna be a fun locomotive. So you might be thinking, why are you don't overhype this? I'm not. I'm just personally excited. Mainly because I can't wait to put my work into it. Again, this is not my locomotive. Even though I bought it with my money, I will get my money back because it's really a club project. And I don't charge. I'm not going to ask them for the shipping fees back or the taxes or anything like that. They don't have to do that. That's a dick move. I'll just say, the project itself was just $200, and that was it. And I don't really mind paying for shipping and the tax for this stuff. It's okay. It's not. I mean, it was $40 pretty much shipping. It was like, just watch. Just be careful if you're on eBay buying used stuff, especially like this. Yeah, it was $81. It was amazing. It was like, I don't know, $20, $30 in like shipping. So I was like, why is it that much in shipping? Probably because of eBay tax, maybe, or maybe because of the box. I don't know. I think it's probably the people are trying to put in the eBay tax. I don't really care. I got the locomotive. Even if I got it for $100, I'd be fine with it. It's what you want is the locomotive. And to be honest with you, Bachmann locomotives that are from the Spectrum, especially the K4, 280, you can get those for $100. The 280 you could probably get as low as $50 in great condition. But again, the point here is to show that Bachmann is pretty good when they do shine. Just give it a try. If you're new to HO model scale, HO scale model trains, try Bachmann. If you want, there's still some of those K4s on eBay with the shipping. I don't think there's tax still that you can get for like around $200. It's worth it. And if you already have, if you already go to a club as well, that's the best place you'll be able to test it, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be great. For the older Bachmann K4, you might want to have some experience first before you work on it. I mean, it's going to be a little bit more expensive because people are like, oh, that's the really good one. The Pere Marquette, the Berkshires that you can get from Bachmann, I have to say is a pretty solid engine. I would like to try other Bachmann engines in the future. I'd love to get like a J class, if the club wants one, because their Broadway Limited one sucks. It had cracked gears. They had the Paragon QSI one, and that one died. And they can't find spare parts because they don't support parts anymore at Broadway for a QSI model, so I find that weird. So probably because QSI doesn't exist anymore or something like that. So yeah, it's a thing I'll have to deal with. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll do a reading do my final thoughts at the end of the video about this locomotive as a card, and we'll go on our merry way for the next review. Alrighty then, this is the Pennsylvania and Florida Eastern signing out, and I'll see you all next time. You guys have a great day. Bye now.